That day, if our positions were switched, would our fates be different? Would I have your life, and you mine?
Do not struggle. For if you can't even defeat me, then you've already lost.
I will not lose. Not to Dante. I need power. More power.
I know. We are one and the same, you and I. But you've lost me, and I've lost you. Yet we are connected by that one feeling. While thy branches mix with mine, and our roots together join.
I've waited 4 years for this. Thank you so much. DNC is back.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Now uploading the video that everybody's been requesting for the longest. So, we're gonna get right into the video because this is not a real in-depth video. This is actually pretty straightforward and simple because we're just talking about Virgil power. This is gonna be real easy for people that's not really on this side of the community, basically saying how Virgil got so strong. So let's go ahead and get started. So you have Virgil, the man, the one and only man, the one who's always motivated, who wants power. Understand this before we start. Itsuno, Matt, Dan Southward, and Okabe have all said this. Dan actually said this in Mill's stream. You can actually go see it for yourself. You can check my tweets on my Twitter. That's the main thing where if you can follow me, Privately6853. It should be well known amongst the community and everybody that plays the game. The Devil May Cry 5 is about Virgil. This is Virgil's story. Hence the V for 5, the Roman numeral V being used for 5. Hence why there's 3 different characters variations of Virgil. And hence why he gets all these crazy amps of power and boost. So his whole goal, from what they said, their words, his whole goal is to seek universal power. And to seek power that lies beyond that, more cosmic, more vast, more immense, more godlike. He gains all of that. He did what he did what he had to do. His mission wasn't accomplished, but his mission was stalemated. Let's just say that. So let's get into how that happened. You have Virgil in a weakened state. Virgil is seeking Yamato. He used to be under control of Mundus, who was a former emperor and prince of darkness for the demon world, but he had vast amounts of power. He ate the Clyfar fruit too to gain him even more power, but that couldn't do nothing versus the likes of Sparda power. Apparently he was just too powerful. And you can check my video on Mundus power scale video on that. So continue on from there. He goes out, attacks his son Nero, takes the Devil Bringer. That's one power boost right there. Takes the Devil Bringer, turns it back to Yamato. That he's gaining power from that Devil Bringer. Keep this in mind as well. Yamato is hacks to freak out. So you have Virgil go and separate himself conceptually, man from demon, creating 2 separate beings, whole beings. You have a 100% demon of Virgil's side being created into a being. Then you have 100% human of Virgil's side being that of V. And V ends up gaining the little amounts of power, and since he had a little amount of power, he was going to disappear sooner or later. Therefore, his whole mission and plan was return to himself as Virgil. So, and yours, the whole thing is he just wants power. He just wants more power. He seeks the Clyfar fruit to give him godlike immense power. Therefore, he's going to go and take over the demon world. Another goal is he wanted to fuse the demon world and the human world back into one big macrocosm, into a singular universe, one singular big universe. So therefore, he's going to go and start that. He goes and takes over the endless demon world in a little span of time. I think it was like less than a month. So you have to understand, he's now 100% divine, demonic blood flowing through him. He's of the Sparda lineage. Anybody with any type of blood of Sparda in them are going to smack all demons or anybody that comes standing up to them, unless they have some type of Sparda blood in them themselves. Keep that in mind as well. That's like the biggest plot armor in all of Devil May Cry series. We see that with Nero, who's a quarter demon. So continuing on from there, Urizen takes over the demon world. Nobody can oppose him, nobody can stand up to him. Not even Dante. Dante gets smacked in base. Dante gets smacked in Devil Trigger with Rebellion. He one-shots Rebellion. Only the hilt is kept. And then you have Dante using the Devil Sword Sparda, which is stronger than Rebellion. Manifests for Dante and enhances his demon powers. And he still gets smacked. And he gets smacked into a coma for a month. Urizen tells him the Devil Sword Sparda no longer serves a purpose. So look at how much power he's holding, he's wielding. He's stronger than Mundus and he's stronger than the demon god Argisax. It's crazy. It's crazy, ridiculous how strong he is. Then on top of that, here's another power source and power boost that he's getting. He's sitting inside the Clyfar tree with the Clyfar roots connected to him. And he has an armor of the Clyfar roots and tentacles that can move at his will, can do anything that he says at his will, and they're infusing him with human blood, which also boosts demon power. He's getting all of that now. That's another amp. He can also infuse the Yamato with the blood shield. Everybody else call it crystal Yamato, whatever, but it doesn't make sense to me to call it crystal Yamato when it's literally, we're watching him infuse blood inside of the Yamato to create a shield. Going on from there, Nero was able to finally do something by cutting down the trees, and when he fights Urizen again, he was able to go through the shield. And this upsets Urizen because after he goes through the shield, he strikes Urizen, and Urizen is very prideful and proud of his power. He is the law, so therefore he flexes on Nero and beats the hell out of Nero to near death until Dante saves him. Now Dante is in a stronger state. This is awakened Dante, because Dante was knocked out in a coma, remember? Well, while he was knocked out in a coma, Urizen wasn't the only one that was gaining power from the Qliphotep. He stopped gaining power from the Qliphotep, and Dante started gaining power from the Qliphotep because the Qliphotep's roots were stuck inside of Dante. He got smacked to get impaled by the Qliphotep roots. They were just infusing him with energy. Crazy, right? And then on top of that, he absorbed Rebellion and Devil Sword Sparda, which it has divine power as well, which is 2/3 of Sparda's power is sealed inside that sword. So there's another amp. He's already stronger than Sparda in his base, so there's Dante getting amps as well. And he creates the Devil Sword Dante, and he's able to evolve his Majin Devil Trigger into a new form and new power, and he gains new abilities. Therefore, he was able to come and fight Urizen, beats Urizen, didn't get around to just quite yet because Urizen dips, goes to the Qliphotep fruit, and gets the Qliphotep fruit, which is infused with power, of the human blood, which is going to give him godlike absolute power. And he eats it, and there he's drunk off that power, and he doesn't care about humanity, he doesn't care about none of that, and that's what Dante says that he lagged, and Dante proves him wrong and still beats his ass. But keep this in mind, Urizen just got a power boost, an immeasurable power boost from this Qliphotep fruit. He had power to shake the entire universe, as in the demon world and the human world. So keep that in mind. And Dante beats the shit out of him, and he still wants more power because he cannot lose to Dante. He will not lose to Dante. And V, there's little old V who's finna perish, does his trump card, goes up to Urizen, he doing his whole little dramatic freaking act and all that, and fuses back with Urizen and re-emerges and returns to himself as Vergil. There's another power boost. By returning to himself, he became even stronger. Not only did he become even stronger, but even learned how to tap into his true devil form, which is his sin devil trigger. So keep that in mind, that he's just got all that. Now he's back. Now he's stronger than Dante at the moment. Dante actually wouldn't be able to beat him at the moment. He even tells Dante to heal his wounds. He was able to blitz Dante. And you gotta understand, Dante is ridiculous right now. Ridiculous in power right now. Vergil just clamped all that with just 2-3 hours of gameplay from us. And then it's like a month, I think it was like a month or a month and a half or something like that, where Vergil was able to just climb the ladder like that to Dante's power. So now Dante's back, and him and Vergil's finna do a standoff. They finna have a fight. Vergil and Dante ends up being pretty even. They're even. We don't know who's actually stronger than the other at this point. We do know that Vergil has more L's than Dante, but none of that matters right now, because now Vergil's power has become more cosmic, more vast than it was before. He's finally attained that godlike power, that cosmic sense, that power which lied within him. It was the humanity part of himself that he always resented, and if he just accepted that, he would already have tapped into that power. Vergil didn't know that until he reformed, so he had to go through all that to gain that power. Now understand this as well, by him having Yamato, he doesn't have to do anything. The laws of time itself wills cut through reality, bending and breaking the laws. He can conceptually separate himself, like he's able to make a clone of himself as well. That's another thing. Vergil at this point is ridiculous OP. The Yamato by itself is hacked by him separating himself from demon into man, be able to create two beings from using your Yamato, able to create portals by using Yamato, able to ignore that of law of the time manipulation and time itself, because all reality stops once he uses judgment cut and he slices reality. Whatever is in his vicinity, time is not moving. Time is completely frozen. It's completely stopped. It's ridiculous how strong Yamato is now. It's also a sealing tool. It can seal the demon world. It's one of the main tools to seal the demon world. So that's another thing you gotta take into a factor as well. So you have Yamato doing all these crazy things, and it's imbued with magical powers. That's another thing to keep in mind. It's always imbued with magical powers. Vergil getting stronger by taking a bringer, getting stronger by reclaiming the Yamato, getting stronger by using conceptual like manipulation or soul manipulation by separating himself and splitting himself into two, going through a series of events, getting all these amps while that's going on from either one, and fusing back and returning back to himself as Vergil with all this power and stuff he just gained. And just simply by recognizing his humanity, he was able to put himself back on the same plane as Dante. That's basically the whole easy explanation for Vergil's power. For the most part, fans were satisfied. If you're a fanboy of Vergil, of course you're going to be satisfied. If you're someone like me, I wanted Yuri's and V to be their own character, and for Vergil to come back, as like a secret boss and something like that. Something around that lines, and Yuri's going to be like some heir to God demon or something like that. But hey, it is what it is. Vergil came back. He's stronger than ever. So let me know your thoughts down below. Comment, like, subscribe. See you guys later. Peace.